Have you ever told yourself, okay, that's it, I'm done? And then somehow you're still thinking about them at 2 a.m. You delete the photos, you archive the chats, you even give motivational speeches to yourself in the mirror. I deserve better. I'm moving on. New chapter. And then one random song plays and boom, you're emotionally back in 2022. So what's going on? Why can't we just move on? Here's the real reason. And it's not because you're weak. It's because you're not trying to move on from the person. You're trying to move on from the version of yourself that existed with them. Let that sink in. When we miss someone, we think we miss them. But most of the time, we miss how we felt. The late night talks, the inside jokes, the good morning text that made your day feel important. We miss the routine. We miss the certainty. We miss who we were in that story. And the brain? The brain loves familiar stories, even painful ones. Your mind would rather replay a known heartbreak than step into an unknown future. Because unknown means risk, and your brain hates risk. That's why you stalk their profile just once. That's why you reread old messages for closure. That's why you imagine fake scenarios where you accidentally meet and suddenly everything makes sense again. It's not love keeping you stuck. It's unfinished emotion. When something ends suddenly, your brain doesn't get a clean ending. No proper explanation, no final chapter, just a blank page. And humans hate blank pages. We want meaning. We want answers. We want to understand why something beautiful turned confusing. So instead of accepting the unknown, we replay the past over and over. Like it's a movie we think will have a different ending if we watch it enough times. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Moving on doesn't happen when you stop thinking about them. It happens when you stop negotiating with the past. When you stop asking, what if I did this differently? What if I try one more time? What if they change? Because the longer you hold on to what if, the harder it is to step into what's next. And let's be honest, sometimes we don't move on because moving on feels like admitting it's really over. And that hurts. It feels like closing a door that once felt like home. Even if that home was messy, even if it had cracks in the walls, it was still familiar. But here's something powerful. You don't move on by force. You move on by rebuilding. New habits, new routines, new conversations, new goals. You slowly create a life where they are no longer the main character. And one day, without dramatic music or a big announcement, you'll realize you thought about them and it didn't hurt the same. That's when you know you're healing. So if you're stuck right now, don't shame yourself. It's not that you can't move on. You're just learning how to let go of a version of your life that no longer fits. And that takes time. But trust me, the future you is waiting.